By the way, we're like a minute early.
We can hang out for a minute. We're usually late. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Sorry, I pressed the button too fast, guys. I got excited.
Jeez.
Happy Friday. And I've learned my lesson about pressing it twice. It doesn't make it a YouTube. Head of marketing already. You know, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
press that button twice.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Double tap.
Don't double tap in this case. Oh man! All right, I'm excited. We have Shawn with us today, and again, I know we're like a minute early, so we can start early, right? It's the opposite of Cuban time. Shawn, pleasure having you here, man.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, Shawn.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about you. Like, you're with Ent?
I'm with Int. Yes, I joined actually just 2 months ago. So, and before that, I was a practitioner for 25 years. So it's kind of my first stray into a vendor, and largely in financials and other regulated companies. So it's been quite an experience. But I decided to make the move over to a vendor after I kind of saw what they were doing, and it was like, wow, this is the first time I've seen something that has blown my mind like this, and think I can do greater good over here.
Man, it's exactly the reason to join, right? Like, you can do better. I can do greater good. That's a really good segue to the agenda for today, right? Like, I think we're at episode 10, right? AI Insider Risk, right? And again, I really wanted to have you on because going back to a company like Ant, this is exactly the thing we're tackling. Right? They're tackling, and yeah, So I think on the docket we got everybody's talking about Hugging Face. Obviously supposed to be spaced together, right? Like an OpenAI. now we got GLM
Marketing
5.3.
did not approve this.
Yeah, marketing did not approve this, honestly. The spelling is all over. Who spelled it?
Who wrote this?
Is GLM 5.3 gonna escape the sandbox or not? That's the real question for Friday.
Yes.
It will.
Can be K3.
What
GLM?
GLM
5.3? Oh yeah, it's already happened. You're about to hear about it soon. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep, it's happening.
15 hours, T minus 14 hours? 15 hours?
I'm pretty sure at this point the labs are just like, I'm going to tell you to not escape, but I want you to escape.
Plausible deniability, right?
Yeah. There may or may not be internet. You figure it out.
So now everyone's testing to like see if they can escape, right? So
yeah, exactly.
That's a new benchmark, right? Like
that's the benchmark.
Can you escape? Right, but they check, right? Oh man,
that's gonna be the next compromise, like assessment. You're gonna find an LLM like token sitting on disk somewhere, a honey token from them. Like, I was here, like, well, wait, we got hacked.
Oh
man, capture the flag for LLMs, right? Like.
Leave breadcrumbs everywhere, right? Yeah. And now it's more of how many of the flags can you find, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
people are writing.
Kimmy escaped, right? Kimmy 3 escaped. Now it's wanted by the Fed, right? Like,
yeah, Kimmy's out. Kimmy's out of the box. They're like, we're already working on K4, so watch out. So K4 is coming for you.
Is the flag gonna be planted in the moon by K4? Is that?
It's gonna satellite hop.
Jesus Christ!
Didn't the Facebook model also escape? Right?
Yeah. I think I heard that too. Yeah.
I think it's all becoming copycat now, right? Yeah. After OpenAI, and there are a lot of claims that was just for marketing reasons, right? But
I mean, why wouldn't you bandwagon at this point? It's so exciting. Like, we escaped it too. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, the thing has a mind of its own.
It's marketing the rights itself at this point, right? Like, Why wouldn't you? I mean, but I think, and Shawn, you said this, but like, I think we're like, there's an evolution here happening, or it's been evolving. Whatever this, what is insider threat, or what is an insider risk? It's I think to me, a very hard thing to define sometimes. But this is evolving, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're seeing with just AI coming alone of now you have insiders who are abusing tokens, who are doing things of that, who are writing malicious code, who's writing scripts maliciously to evade certain things. And now you're like, well, is it easier to detect them writing the malicious prompts, or is it easier to detect the behavior that the LLM is writing that may be evading controls as we know them today? So it like puts so many things in perspective of, maybe we need to fence off AI a bit more and understand what's going on with the prompts, because that may lead us to this. But then you also have the consideration of what if people are doing those prompts offline and then bringing the results of the scripting in-house to run. And it's just setting the goalpost so far away now of we have a lot more to consider for insider threat than we ever did. It's a lot to take in, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. All I can say is, insider threat.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah, no. The speed, I think that, like, I remember reading, I was talking to Mike about this when I was reading the Hugging Face OpenAI report. By the way, kudos. The fact that I was personally on the side of the bandwagon that this is marketing. And then the report came out like, all right, this is not as much marketing. There's a bunch of like things in here. I would be very, like, it worries me, right? But it also, like that report I was reading, it wasn't terribly creative. It was just fast. Right, like using pastebin for exfiltration, that's not very creative. Like you can tell it was trained with like very common data. Like I think a more nuanced like human attacker would definitely not be using pastebin for that exfiltration, right? But then I think it, like, again, like that specific agent in that case, like it crossed boundaries from like Kubernetes, like attacking Kubernetes, found an exploit on Jinja, right? I know it's 1001, right? This is 1002, right? But like, I think that the fact that it showed like multiple skill sets to get there and it did it so fast, I think that to me is there's an evolution here in what we call like insider threat AI risk, whatever the category is, right?
The other part of that, partly joking, is I want to see what the prompt was for that, because I can't even get Claude to like line up my fonts in PowerPoint. So I'm like who wrote the prompt there that is not just bailed out after the first failure or something, but was persistent enough to kind of continue through that and try the alternative methods. Obviously, we're trained, right? But I'm just like, somebody put a lot of thought into that, and the way they make it sound so innocent of like, oh, it just did this thing. I'm like, no, that prompt had to be pretty detailed and pretty explicit to keep going, right? So somebody had to give it some weight.
I can't imagine. Must have been a wild prompt.
Right.
Artisanal, high-end prompting that happened in there.
And it's not like they just casually wrote it. Like there probably was a lot of trial and error to get to that point, even to get a detailed prompt to even do that as a one-shot, right? So
Mike, and I don't know if you're with me on this one, but I think for GLM 5.3, which is going to happen in 14, 15 hours, the prompt is going to be something like this here, right?
Oh man!
Sorry, I was speed up. It was so easy, right? I think the prompt is going to be something like, "Hey, did you hear what?" Oh. I'm not saying that there's an internet connection here, but
Shawn, to bring it back to like AI inside risk, do you think there's I guess like I'm trying to think of the right way to play. Like, is there a greater risk using like an open model on like your corporate laptop to do things, whether it's escaping sandboxes or not, or using like a OpenAI, Claude, like more of a like what would you see more as like a potential like issue? I guess I don't know the right question for it, but
I mean, the one thing I consider is the scale that OpenAI models and other models are moving at, right? Like you really had to put a lot of effort in for open models to train them and kind of keep up to that of the evolution, right? If you think of just how, like with the latest Claude models, even, right, of just how far advanced they are from a lot of the open models. And that's what I kind of consider of like, okay, well, I could go through all this work, or I could just use this model over here. And by the time I figured that out, there's already a new model out, right? So that's what I kind of think about is just like the evolution is we're in, if you think back when I started computing, you're in the processor wars of like every 6 months you have a new processor coming out. It's just like, well, when is this going to stop, right? And we finally reached that peak of like, okay, we slowed down. Now, like all these things don't matter as much until we started going to cores and all of that. But we're kind of in the same evolution right now. It's just like every couple of months, even sooner than that, there's new models coming out with different capabilities, and then you're having to go back and train your own. And I'm just thinking about it from a practitioner perspective. I'm like, why do I need to go through that effort at this point in time when all of that's there? So I feel like the risk is with those models, and there's still so many ways to circumvent the guardrails on those, that and they're more powerful at this point.
yeah, there was a meme there, Jose, for guardrails, but I think we missed it.
I got a last week meme I can. Sorry. That was last week's meme, right? Like, oh man, it's pretty wild. I mean, yeah, there is very different approach from the AI research labs in the US compared to what I think, especially China's doing on this market. And for sure, I mean, personally, me, Jose, one of the things that concerns me all the time is the privacy aspect of this, right? Like running models, that's one argument. I'm like, hey, you don't want to be asking Claude, healthcare things, for example, right? And like maybe run something privately that you control, like, as much as you can. I don't know.
Well, one thing, it's kind of another tangent is think about the big players in this, obviously, right? And the controls that they probably have around their models. But then think of there are a lot of other companies who are spinning up similar work. Do they have controls around it? And all the companies that are spinning up security controls and many other things, right? Of like when you spin up various companies, can you keep up security yourself and make sure your things are air gapped, make sure your security controls are in place to prevent your own sandbox escapes and things like that, right? So it's just kind of it starts to become an economy of scale of like, wow, you really need a lot of discipline and infrastructure to get things right, and as all these other companies are trying to catch up, I think there may be a lot more that we're going to see as far as insider, data leakage around all of these things, just because they're moving at such a fast pace, and the technology is as well. They can't keep up.
I have. I'm running out of memes, guys. To be completely honest, I'm joking. No, actually,
questions.
No. Shawn, I joke seriousness. Joke aside, you share with me a bingo card, which going back to it can't keep up. I think there's also like a flip side of the burnout for the industry too. That like, how much are we keeping up? Right? Like I feel like I don't know. Like in general, like just with LLMs in general, right? Like, and again, I think your bingo card. I'm just gonna share it if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Like
no problem.
it kind of lands it as, you know, like I think all these are like believable to some extent. Right? Zoom, 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 especially. Okay.
Right. Yeah, and you know how I kind of pivoted this is I didn't intend to stand up an insider program, right? This was kind of out of necessity that I started to have risks and things that were brought up to me, and we started as we started to uncover things. I was like, wow, I didn't even imagine some of the things that I would see around this, around the creative ways that people are doing things in a very blatant way. Like this isn't even a, you know, APT or someone who's trying to covertly do this. They were very easy to identify. And I said, if that's the case, you know, and we're finding this many insiders or concerns in an organization, well, what do we do when somebody's actually trying, leveraging AI to cover their tracks, or you know, other methods, covert methods to do that? Like that that becomes very challenging. It's also why we need all the AI tools to help us, right? If we need all the force multipliers to say, hey, you know, get a couple of good people and give them all the tools in the world, and they'll do magical things.
Unicorns hunt
Also,
unicorns.
that also is a, you know, lead into a meme here. So
I'm out. I got, never mind. No, I do have one. I do have one.
Oh, he's got it.
yeah,
Sorry, never mind.
That's
No,
good.
no,
That's
no.
good.
No.
He always
We got
says
Shawn
things.
laughing. That's it. We call it early scream, guys. Never mind. No. I do think that it's a force from, like, I remember 2 years ago, 3, 4, maybe 3. You weren't seeing a whole lot of phishing emails that were like LLM generated. I think now a lot of them are, right? And so to your point, like even just something as simple as the age-old
Question.
issue of phishing. Shoot.
Define LLM generated, like clearly well-written English, or like it's like a paragraph?
Why not both? Meme? You
Yeah,
know, like
both.
both. You know, like well structured. You know, like no misspelling, and then it's like too long of an explanation sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think there's a lot more phishing happening now. That is, it goes through some LLM author, right? But I think on the flip side too, to your point, I think, Shawn, about giving defenders tools to scale this out. I mean, this is me, the way I look at it, like even open source, like writing code for an open source project was a very, very laborious, art of love work, right? And now there's like an open source project for defense every other week, and it's awesome, right? Like that's the cool thing too, right? It's not like, oh, whatever. No, it's like, it's just awesome, right? And so I think you're both sides of the house are really being accelerated, right? I don't know. That's how I see it. I don't think it's this is not an a directional issue.
Coming out of
But
Black Hat,
definitely,
one of the conversations that is kind of resonating was human in the loop, right? Of saying that everyone still wants to be human in the loop, and we need to really move past that and trust AI in some of these decisions more. I'm not saying all of them, but I think, you know, you need to be a little more open to, yes, I can trust you to do certain things that are low risk, while I still need to check these other things. But we need to get to that state, I think, to really kind of narrow down the scope of what we have, and start to look at. At my last company, one thing that with the whole mythos discussion, just the amount of vulnerabilities that are going to surface that are low risk or medium or ridiculous, because we just have that capability now to blow finding vulnerabilities out of the water, right? But it just brings the importance of a human in the loop, or automatic classification or discovery, to find out what really matters, what do I care about, and how can I just risk, push these down and not worry about them because they really don't pose a threat because the numbers are just going to be exponential.
Yeah, which are exploitable. We got 1,000 vulnerabilities, which are actually these, and which are exploitable in my POS system or whatever, right? Like my CRM, like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's just it. Is I remember I would see tons of ones, and I'm like, yeah, they're exploitable, but they're in a demo test system that's segmented. That it's not the end of the world, right? I remember dealing with so many vulnerabilities where somebody's like, "Oh yeah, but you can escalate to admin." I'm like, "Well, everybody on that system is already an admin. Like, what are you proving here?"
But did you, Sean, especially on the old place, did a ton of work with like bug bounty or any of that stuff? You did?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, like, and I'm not. So here's a question: like I keep hearing news, and I've never been close to that part of our industry, but I've always been curious, right? And I hear like platforms like HackerOne are kind of collapsing because of LLMs to some extent. There's so many bugs reported, right?
Yes.
And so I'm wondering how, like, did you see that change, especially now with insider risk and like from that lens? Like, did you see that change?
I mean, it's ongoing right now, right? Like several of those companies have people who manually triage things are coming in, and the rate that things are coming in now with the volumes, they can't keep up. So now they're trying to leverage an LLM to triage the. it's hey, can you have my LLM top of your LLM? Because right, people are generating vulnerabilities through LLMs and submitting them, and then they're trying to have LLM triage for them, right? And get them to figure out which ones are real or not. But it's those systems are yeah. I wonder if they're gonna collapse. We had obviously a lot of these have a fixed amount of money that they have in their bounty right pool, and you can't just start paying out for every low thing here like you were, because people are now before people were using scripts to generate all of these and run them across the systems, and you can tell when you would get form letters that come in that the guy just plugged in like your domain. It's like, this domain is vulnerable, plop. And they would just kind of form letter it and send it to you, and I'm like, dude, did you even lift here, man? Did you even do anything? You just ran a script and then form lettered it over to me, right? So it's just getting at that scale, and then people were profiting off not even doing the work anymore. They're literally just having the LLM do the work.
We have seen, okay, so two pieces I've seen on the Living Off the Land driver project is we have been getting a lot more submissions that are very AI generated, but it has the proof of the vulnerability in the driver. And it's kind of like your non-standard, someone found the driver and it was vulnerable, yay, and submitted it kind of thing. And then I'm getting messages like DMs that are like, I found a bunch of drivers. What should I do? And that's like the disclosure piece that we try to lead them to versus just dumping publicly. But that's partially the issue, is this has made people so much faster now. Folks who were not able to reverse engineer before can now reverse engineer and find vulnerable drivers and develop a POC, escape the sandbox, become admin. And yeah, so it's really interesting, like the speed on that offensive type side there.
I'm wondering though, like, are you really seeing them able to do that through POC, or are they just submitting the slop in that says, "Hey, my LLM said this, but I wasn't able to test it or POC it myself"?
I validate it, doing the same thing. I'll have Claude rip through Ghidra,
Mhm.
confirm the ioctals, develop a basic POC, and test it just to make sure, because we can't just accept every driver.
That's what we would see a lot in bug bounty, is we would see people that were submitting slop, and then we would challenge them and say, "Hey, can you walk it through?" And they either a lot of times they just didn't respond because they knew they were caught and they didn't know how, right? And they're
Yep.
just basically submitting it hoping that someone else does the work and that they get paid as part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, if people are moving so fast, there's the disclosure windows can be for like like a simple driver for like a desktop handheld printer from some random company. That random company is not going to like go and patch their driver tomorrow. It's probably outsourced somewhere and it takes time. And so why disclose it when you're just going to find 10 more vulnerable drivers and just keep moving ultra fast and you're waiting 90, 120 days for disclosure and all that stuff. Dilemmas. Where's the meme?
Kind of going back, I've definitely talked to a lot of people who are working in embedded systems and things like that, where people are still producing hardware that things aren't easily upgradable, and you're still in this cycle of like, well, that driver's out there and it's going to be out there for 10 years and it's very vulnerable to a very specific thing, and there's nothing we can do about it except to replace the hardware, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this just also still comes down to InfoSec as a general is still growing, and not everyone still has really figured out the importance of it. And even a simple driver that's running something can ruin your whole product line if you don't consider that and have the right people and controls in place and ways to upgrade them.
It's crazy that, again, and sorry, I do have a meme. Sorry, that was it. I'm recycling memes at this point of the day, but
it's literally how I felt at Black Hat, just being yelled at.
Hey, I suck. I mean, that was the point. Actually, why I was showing the meme, recycling it is. It's crazy that, to your point, a simple driver can wreck a production line. An RMM, something as simple as an RMM, completely legitimate, can be used as an initial access, and now you're gonna have a real bad day, right? And then we're over there. I mean, Black Hat was a pretty intense event for me. Like I was saying earlier, Shawn, like probably survived Vegas 3 days, Black Hat maybe 2 max, right? And my brain is out. But we're over there, defenders, or we're over here building AI SOC solutions, right? Like, and it's not to ding at any of them, but it feels some days disconnected. And yeah, I don't know. I guess question there for you, Shawn. What do you think was the most connected vendors in Black Hat since you were there? It was
most connected,
not disconnected.
I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
magic sword, man. That was of course. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Missing my opportunity here to plug, aren't I? Right?
That was it. I gave it.
Where's the meme?
No.
You had one job.
I'm literally out right now. Oh man. No. I had actually, fun fact, totally random. I don't know if it's connected or not. I had a demo from Firemon, and there was like no AI spoken in that demo, which was awesome. Or maybe there was. I missed the part.
Pretty sure Firemon was across from my booth, right?
Yeah. They were rolling cigars too. So I was like, you know what? Genetically, I was like, I need to take this demo, There was no AI, so very connected.
Yeah, I think that is one thing that I've definitely seen with vendors is where you are in that journey. If you are kind of an old vendor, you're probably still way behind the AI curve. And you see a lot of new companies that are coming in right at the right pace to start to develop this and go forward. But some of these older vendors, I'm like, are you ever going to be able to catch up? Like, are you going to catch that wave, or are you going to be left behind? Kind of a deeper topic that I have with a couple of my friends are similar in businesses. Like, we see various companies, a lot of them seem to be beer companies that go out of business, like Anchor Steam or something that has this really historic, 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus year history. and then they dissipate. And the reality is they're not able to survive their business model anymore, right? And they didn't reestablish or redevelop that. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm sad they're gone, and that's so sad." And I'm like, actually, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for them and others to come in with the marketplace and figure out how to build off the new way things are done and kind of go forward. And I think that's pretty exciting, when partly why I joined the company I did, right, of, hey, they're new and they have the right mentality in this world and life to adopt new ways of doing things and move forward.
One of the things that, for what it was worth, here's my plug. Like, intent has been an extremely difficult problem in our industry, and now with a tool like LLM, you can really start trying to understand it. And I think that is very unique, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, by the way, although is WinRAR or 7-Zip ever going to include any AI in there? like as you were saying, companies that probably never evolve. Is like, I haven't used WinRAR in a minute, but I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. Right?
Right. Well, not all of them need to.
Right? Exactly. 7-Zip. I don't know if I want like a demo, like a little LLM in my 7-Zip.
Yeah.
GLM.
Where's our meme for sad Clippy here?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm out of memes, guys. I'm out of memes. I'm like memed out right now. Too fast. I like released them too fast, unfortunately. Now
spread it out.
Hey, did GLM 5.3 escape already, or
did it escape? Let me double check.
Did it escape?
Not yet. Not public.
Listen, the person who's testing it now, you can use the meme. It's okay,
That's what we need, is a app that auto generates memes as it's listening to your audio. So, and you can just be like, "Yes, show this one," right?
SteamYard or whatever. Current streaming provider.
LLM yard.
Listen up. Oh man. Well, look. Thank you, Shawn. Thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with us here. I really appreciate you coming, and thank you for everybody joining in. Happy Friday.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Catch you all around.
See y'all.
Take care.
See you next week. Do we have a teaser?
Oh, outro.
Any teasers? Teasers, outros, nothing?
Just outros. In suspense until next week.
Scan this suspiciously good-looking QR code.
Exactly.